what a couple or a woman should be doing before trying to have a baby?
I think more than the lifestyle, the kind of knowledge that is given everywhere, and then here the
What is the time duration for preparation before actually start trying? Should they visit a doctor or a generic wellness?
when I say generic wellness, because aware of a lot of things, right? Living a healthy lifestyle should be inculcated by.
What are the biggest things that a man should not do for a better pregnancy and for the conception that works well for them?
See, work stress can happen for men to a very great extent, right? Because they're like by law the providers. That can be a major issue in.
कुछ ऐसा फिजिकल रिस्ट्रिक्शन भी होता है जो हमें ध्यान रखना चाहिए फॉर एटलीस्ट फॉर द फर्स्ट ट्राइमेस्टर?
मेजरली टू वेट लिफ्टिंग और एनीथिंग, अगर आप उस फॉर्म ऑफ एक्सरसाइजेस करते हैं या फिर हाई इंटेंसिटी एक्सरसाइजेस करते हैं.
So is it true that you cannot take medicines at all while you're pregnant?
So to some extent it's true. However, it is actually a doctor's forte to discuss about medicines. But then they are prescribed medicines that are pregnancy safe.
Do you want to give some tips around the second pregnancy and care around it, and give you a few new things that happen in the second pregnancy, which is just similar to the first one?
See, no pregnancy is similar to the previous pregnancy. Even for the woman who's having the baby second time or third time.
Pregnancy and the journey to motherhood are often described as one of the most transformative phases in women's life. But along with joy and anticipation, they could also bring uncertainty, physical changes, emotional shifts, and countless questions. From preparing the body and mind during pregnancy to navigating childbirth, an often overlooked phase of postpartum recovery. This journey requires not just care, but guidance and support. And that's exactly what today's conversation is about. Joining us today on She Versus is Ms. Swapnil Kaushik, an internationally certified childbirth educator and pregnancy health coach, and the founder of Mom's Preg Ladder. Inspired by her own motherhood journey, Swapnil has dedicated her work to helping women and families navigate pregnancy, childbirth, and early parenthood with knowledge, confidence, and emotional support. Swapnil, it is a pleasure having you with us. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Arushi, for having me here. It's my pleasure too. You know, during the space practicing as a childbirth educator, lactation consultant, I've seen one of the most, rather, I've been privileged to see one of the most enduring transformation in a woman, and that's motherhood, you know. So I'm glad, and the awareness that we have about it, the myths that we've been living since generation. I'm glad that you invited me here to break all those myths and to openly talk about things that we don't even really think of talking about, right?
Absolutely. So your interview was one of the most exciting interviews for me because this topic itself is extremely close to my heart, having gone through that journey very recently. So I want to start with the first thing that happens is preparing for the pregnancy. That once a couple decides to have a baby and get into it, I think one of the challenges with today's lifestyle is the preparation for it, because there's stress and there is nutritional deficiencies and there is so much that goes around preparing your body for pregnancy. So could you tell me about what a couple or a woman should be doing before trying to have a baby?
Yeah. I think more than the lifestyle, the kind of knowledge that is given everywhere, and then we're the experimenting guinea pigs. We are then taking, imbibing all the sort of nutritional knowledge, etc., and then trying to imbibe all of that, and then we don't even know what is working for our bodies and what is not. But this is what I say, that this is not something that only a woman's job is to eat right or to sleep well or to hydrate well. A healthy sperm and a healthy egg, they together make a healthy baby, right? So if a couple is planning the basic the changes around lifestyle, like not a sedentary lifestyle, pick up any kind of physical activity, whether it's yoga to calm you down, to make you sleep better, getting the right kind of sunlight, getting your supplements right for women, especially folic acid, omega 3, right? Vitamin D, vitamin C, all these supplements are really, really important. go pick up a sport. I always tell their partners, instead of scrolling in the evening and not connecting with each other, go pick up a sport, play some sports, sweat it all out. You come back better. You connect better, right? Stop scrolling at night. Try to connect with each other at least 30 minutes before you sleep. Just no phone area should be there, at least when you're going to your bedrooms. Uh, Seeking the right kind of help or in information, especially if you're medically facing some issues like in cases of women PCOD, etc. Seeking the right kind of information, having the right kind of medicines about that, and at the same time, hydration and right kind of nutrition, like well cooked, nice, uncooked, balanced meals is the key. Nothing fancy, but right. Everything is right in your kitchen. So this is something that one should just be a healthy lifestyle to have the right kind of pregnancy journey.
Oh, that's such a simple thing. Yeah, think about it. These are such simple things and they make so much difference. So for me, I want to understand. So if a couple gets married and if they're planning to have a child, say next year or something, what is the time duration for preparation before actually start trying? Should they visit a doctor? Have 6 months of time into changing their lives? Is there some sort of a timeline that this should be followed or a generic wellness?
So see, when I say generic wellness, because since we're all uh, aware of a lot of things, right? Living a healthy lifestyle should be inculcated by any one of us, whether we are planning to conceive or not. So, irrespective. Now, some couples who had issues in the past, they've been trying for an year or so, and they're below 30 years of age, then you should go see a doctor and then go through all the medical tests that doctor will suggest. And then the prep should start from 3 months prior to when you're planning to now conceive. And if 1 year has already been passed, but if you're 35 plus above, then if you've been trying naturally and 6 months have passed, then you should go consult a doctor and see what are the other medical issues that you're unable to conceive. But any time before that, I always suggest that eating right, like I said, and yoga. There are a lot of yoga asanas that helps women in enriching their uterus health and their fertility. The eating right kind of fertility rich food and everything. So just focus on the right lifestyle, and yes, and give your shot.
Oh, wonderful. So, what as a personal experience, what I've seen, Swapnal, most of the time the pressure is on the women. Like there are people around me who are trying to conceive, and it always becomes what the mother is doing, what the girl is doing. She should get tested in a normal scenario or otherwise. She's tracking her cycles and everything. I understand when you said regular, obviously a good health is the key. What are the biggest things that a man should not do for a better pregnancy and for the conception that works well for them?
See, work stress can happen for men to a very great extent, right? Because they're like by law the providers. Okay, that's the nature of for men. That can be a major issue in dropping the sperm health or the sperm count, right? At the same time, drinking, smoking, if that is a regular thing that they should quit if they're planning to have a healthy baby going in near future. At the same time, being on the television, being on the phone, unable to connect with their bikes, because if men are also obese, then erectile dysfunction and other medical conditions come into picture. So yes, a healthy lifestyle is just a generic term that will have to go with both the male and the female, irrespective whether you're trying or not.
Okay. So this is the physical aspect of conception and having the baby. One thing, again, from my personal experience that I felt because I was very skeptical of having a baby and I was not prepared for it at all. And my son happened to happen. So that was not a planned child. But I feel that a very important conversation that a couple has to have before having a child in their life. So what are the few questions that you suggest a couple on a mental level or on a lifestyle level that a couple should have and discuss amongst themselves to have a healthier and a better, easier pregnancy on a mental term?
See, like you said, सबसे पहले कि आप skeptical थे,
Hmm.
right? You've answered half my question. The minute you do not have the right kind of mindset to raise a child, whether it's an individual mindset or a couple thing together, right? अगर एक ready है दूसरा ready नहीं है तो जबरदस्ती किसी पे force करना and then having a child and then blaming each other is never a good thing. Lifestyle since we've been discussing, right? वो तो सबसे मेजर एक पार्ट रहता है, बट जब तक आप इमोशनली, फिजिकली, especially a woman because she has to carry the child for the 9 months and then deliver, right? And then feed the baby. So she's constantly nurturing and nourishing the child. And thirdly, financially. अगर इन 3 area में आप लोग sound नहीं हैं, and then how your personal relationship is with each other. बिकॉज एक सोसाइटल प्रेशर के चक्कर में कि लोग आपको बोल रहे हैं अभी तक बेबी नहीं हुआ, इतने शादी के टाइम हो गया, और यू फील दैट यू नो दिस इज द राइट टाइम, बट राइट टाइम में इन्वॉल्वमेंट क्या है कि आप इतना एक दूसरे से कनेक्टेड हैं. वॉट आर यू, what is a structured support and a planning that is going in this, like I said, physical, mental, personal relationship, emotional, financial, वो कितनी strong है, and then think of having the baby or having the third person in this relationship so that you can raise that baby well and do justice to that, right?
All right. There's this is a very funny thing that I have read about or heard at a few places. So they say then there are certain positions or something that you can do and lift your leg and do this and that. Is that true or is it just a myth?
No, that's just a myth. There is no particular position, right, to have the matlab that can assure a chance of conceiving or putting the legs up. No, that is all a myth. But like I said, first connection, then feeling for each other. That intimacy should not create a pressure that, oh, this time if we are getting intimate, this time it is sure that we will give a good news, and then that you're constantly under that pressure, both men and women. Even someone, even a man who's under pressure can underperform. Even a woman cannot be pleasured or felt good. So if the right kind of orgasm happened, only then the sperm travels by them. So you know it has to be the connectivity more rather than the positions.
Wonderful. So now then the second thing that comes is the most important, the pregnancy that happens. So in the beginning, because sometimes we takes about a little bit of time, few weeks to find out that you're pregnant. Once you have, what are the big important things in the, especially in the first trimester, because I think that's very vulnerable. वहाँ उस टाइम पे क्या-क्या ऐसी चीज़ें हैं जो बहुत नेसेसरी हैं, हमें ध्यान रखना चाहिए इन टर्म्स ऑफ एक्टिविटी, कोई ऐसी चीज़ें जो हमें नहीं करनी चाहिए, समथिंग दैट विल सजेस्ट द न्यू प्रेग्नेंट लेडीज़?
सी मैं तो एक चीज प्रायोरिटी पे सजेस्ट करती हूँ. आप एज अ पर्सन आप किसी भी चीज को अच्छे से करना चाहते हैं तो आप अपना माइंडसेट उसके टूवर्ड्स पॉजिटिव बना के रखिए. Suddenly, because you heard the news that you're pregnant, stop treating a pregnancy as some illness or disease. कि पहले आके आपके डोंट्स खड़े हो जाते हैं, आप ये नहीं कर सकते, ये नहीं कर सकते. आप पूरे टाइम उस डर में रहते हैं, whether the child is inside safe. अगर मैं कुछ ऐसा कर दूंगी बच्चे को तो कुछ नहीं हो जाएगा. So सबसे पहले your mindset should change. It is a very natural phenomena. Okay? And if you are the chosen one, right, to be pregnant, to nourish, to nurture that child, then you should have the strength to carry it forward most positive. Okay? उसमें आपका right kind of yoga, आपकी exercises, आपका nutrition, आपको 2 जने के लिए नहीं खाना है. ओके? आपको राइट काइंड ऑफ फूड खाना है, एक्स्ट्रा कैलोरीज खाने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. आपका हाइड्रेशन, ओके? आपका पीसफुल माइंड. सी अब एवरी प्रेगनेंसी इज डिफरेंट. अगर आपने पहले कोई प्री कंसीव नोशंस ले रखे हैं, आपने अपनी फ्रेंड्स से सुना है कि हर फर्स्ट ट्राइमेस्टर वाज वेरी वेरी टफ, सो डोंट कॉन्स्टेंटली एंटिसिपेट फियर एंड एंजाइटी कि व्हाट इफ मेरा फर्स्ट ट्राइमेस्टर इतना चैलेंजिंग होगा, हाउ विल आई गो फॉर वर्क, यू नो. There are hundreds of question marks even before you start celebrating the news. So that this is the only thing that keep your mindset very positive and trust your body. Your body has been designed to carry this child. Even before you get pregnant, आपको तो बाद में पता चलता है, but your body already knows, right, that you are pregnant, and it starts making that conducive environment for the child. तो अपनी body को trust करो आखिरी तक, and just help your body to do it in the most healthy and positive way.
That's wonderful. And are there, जैसा आपने बोला, you can be as natural as you want. So are there physical restrictions also that happen, or you can be as you can drive, travel or anything, but otherwise कुछ ऐसा physical restriction भी होता है जो हमें ध्यान रखना चाहिए for at least for the first trimester?
सी फिजिकल रिस्ट्रिक्शन बस इस एक्सटेंट तक होता है कि अगर आप यू आर मेजरली इनटू वेट लिफ्टिंग और एनीथिंग, अगर आप उस फॉर्म ऑफ एक्सरसाइजेस करते हैं या फिर हाई इंटेंसिटी एक्सरसाइजेस करते हैं, सो एटलीस्ट वहाँ पे आपको लो इंटेंसिटी और हैवी वेट्स उठाना मना कर देते हैं, बिकॉज फर्स्ट ट्राइमेस्टर थोड़ा वल्नरेबल रहता है इन केसेस ऑफ मिसकैरेजेस एंड ऑल। अगर आपकी लेट प्रेगनेंसी है तो थोड़ा बहुत कॉशियस उसमें आपको यू नीड टू टेक केयर ऑफ। ईटिंग द राइट फूड वो ज़रूरी है, ज़्यादा स्पाइसी फूड या फिर यू नो समथिंग, बिकॉज़ अभी आपका सिस्टम इज़ अडैप्टिंग टू इट। आपका एचसीजी हार्मोन बहुत हाई होता है, फटीग, नौशिया, रेस्टलेसनेस, एट टाइम्स ब्लैकआउट्स भी होते हैं। सो यू नो हाइड्रेशन, क्लाइंबिंग स्टेयर्स एंड ऑल, बस उसके लिए हम लोग बोलते हैं कि थोड़ा-सा केयरफुल रहिए, बिकॉज़ योर पर्सिस्टेंट, यू नो द फर्स्ट ट्राइमेस्टर कैन बी वेरी अनडिमांडिंग, इट कैन बी अनफॉरगिविंग फॉर सम वुमेन। तो अगर आप इफ यू आर गोइंग थ्रू समथिंग लाइक दैट, यू नो डिजीनेस एंड ऑल, तो क्लाइंबिंग स्टेयर्स एंड ऑल उस टाइम में थोड़ी सी केयरफुल रखते हैं, अदरवाइज देयर इज नो सच रिस्ट्रिक्शंस unless there's some medical condition like you had some miscarriages before, और आपका कुछ लो प्लेसेंटा है, on all these issues में उसमें बोला जाता है doctor has given you some strict medical guidance, then of course adhere to that, otherwise there are no such restrictions.
So, Swapna, initially when I got pregnant and I found out about it, I had a lot of nausea and all degenerate, I think, and a little bit of cramps also for that matter. So, now you can't go back and take traditional medicines, job normal daily life में. So, are there some home remedies that you can recommend for things like that? Like, जैसे हम जब periods पे होते हैं, that we use hot pads and all of that. Can you do that during first trimester also? Or there are some other specific home remedies that can be very helpful?
Yeah, so light, gentle massages, either by your partner or someone, the right kind of massages can be done. Then, if particularly at case symptoms of nausea or dizziness when you wake up in the morning, then slow it down. एकदम से उठ के भागने मतलब जाओ to do your chores and all of that, right? Don't brush right away. That would make you more nauseated. Eat some, keep some basic snacks, nuts, crackers, have a bite or two around that. Even if you're feeling nauseated throughout the day, sometimes it's just a myth कि बस morning sickness होती है, किसी लोगों को पूरे पूरे दिन चलती है, you know, so light meals here and there is advisable. Ginger water, depending on, you know, what are the symptoms. Yes, there are multiple home remedies that can curb these issues.
And is it advisable to avoid medicines for real? Because then I have seen so many friends and so many girls that they would have fever and they would have severe pains and everything, and they wouldn't even go to a doctor and dare to ask that if can I take some medical support. So is it true that you cannot take medicines at all while you're pregnant?
So to some extent, it's true. However, it is actually a doctor's forte to discuss about medicines. But then there are prescribed medicines that are pregnancy safe, whether you have fever or not. So these are all those medicines that once discussing with the doctor, of course, don't be under this fear. Suffering is not something that you're enjoying at this point of time. Some which are like nausea, dizziness, they don't have medicines, right? These are just the effects of pregnancy, the first trimester. So they don't have medicines. But if you're going through fever and all, your body is breaking down, already you have to take care of a child growing inside you, right? So don't go through all of these things. Go to your doctor, discuss, and there are some pregnancy-friendly medicines that doctors prescribe, and you can actually take this.
Wonderful. And so, Swapna, you're a mother yourself, and you have taken now, you've met so many wonderful mothers together. Can you tell me something that women in general fear the most, that they're most skeptical about, but is actually untrue and medically irrelevant completely? So, something that you see that they fear and stresses them out, but it's actually absolutely not true. Can you tell me some stories about that?
सो मैं इसको एक उसमें तो सम अप नहीं कर सकती, क्योंकि सबके फियर्स बहुत लेजिट, तो मैं नहीं कहूँगी होते हैं कभी कभी, बट नाउ वेयर आई कम फ्रॉम, सो लाइक वर्किंग एज अ लॉयर एंड देन यू नो कमिंग इन टू दिस, आई रियलाइज दैट बेसिक फियर्स लाइक कि अगर गाड़ी में तेज से झटका लगा तो बच्चे को तो कुछ ही हो जाएगा, इफ यू हैव सेक्सुअल इंटरकोर्स व्हेन यू आर वाइल यू आर प्रेग्नेंट, will we hurt the baby? So these are all fears which are medically not true, right? The child is safe inside that amniotic sac जो शॉक ऑब्जर्वर की तरह काम करता है, तो ये बेसिक चीजें नहीं होती हैं। एक्सरसाइज करेंगे तो, स्टेयर्स क्लाइंब करेंगे तो, so all these things, these are basic funny things that you're asking now that I have to say it that way. But सबसे major fear ये होता है that they associate childbirth or birthing process to be the most unbearable pain that they have to go through, which is not true. Of course, it is intense. Labor is intense, of course. I will always say that. But you associate all the pain and unbearable pain with some kind of disease or illness. But labor pain is the only pain that is associated with a normal activity which happens to our bodies, right? Our body also releases endorphins during that phase when you're going through uh, childbirth process. वो नेचुरल पेन किलर की तरह काम करता है एंड नेचुरल बॉडी का रिस्पॉन्स क्या होता है कि अगर आप अनबेरेबल पेन में हैं यू गो अनकॉन्शियस बट this is the pain that we do not go unconscious in. This is the pain that we can deal with. Our body is helping to deal with it naturally, right? So the notion जो हम लोग देखते हैं through movies or if we heard some traumatic past stories कि unbearable pain होता है, no. And especially in today's time, when there are educators like us, when there are doctors who are giving more information, the right informed knowledge, if you seek for, then you know that this pain can be managed and worked with rather than be always scared.
Okay. And when I want to talk about is that other things that you can do throughout the pregnancy which would help in the birth later. So second trimester, your third trimester में specifically, are there some probably yoga? Yeah, I know you train in yoga. Are there some things that will help you with better birthing, easier rather, or better birthing and lactation and the months that are to follow post delivery? So, can you suggest something for the pregnant people to kind of end it well?
So see, अगर हम you said birthing and then lactation. अगर हम ये दो phases के लिए ये थोड़े अलग, ठीक है? Birthing process आता है आपका at the time you're pregnant and you birth a child. Lactation is the post process now, right? अब हम birthing के लिए कैसे prep करें? Especially if you're asking me to focus on 3 weeks. Number 1, yoga, like you said. It is not your enemy, rather make it your best friend. अगर आप किसी चीज के लिए टाइम निकालो या ना निकालो, अच्छे आसनास, राइट काइंड ऑफ पेल्विक ट्रेनिंग के लिए, राइट, व्हेन यू ट्रेनिंग योर पेल्विक फ्लोर, आप इस पेल्विक फ्लोर एंड इस अब्डोमिनल मसल्स को आप ये सोचो कि ये एक पूरा एक बॉक्स है, राइट? योर पेल्विक एंड अब्डोमिनल मसल्स दे हेल्प कैरी द बेबी. इट्स लाइक अ कैरियर. Having a strong carrier for the baby to carry it viably throughout 9 months is important. And your pelvic floor, it is helping you push the baby out. And post that also, it makes you do your normal day-to-day functions like pee, pooping, having sexual intercourse, if you want to give birth to another baby. अगर आप इन चीज़ों पे ध्यान नहीं दोगे थ्रू आउट द प्रेगनेंसी, थ्रू राइट काइंड ऑफ pelvic restoration exercises, pelvic floor, hip abductor exercises, core rehabilitation exercises, तो आपका postpartum phase भी उतना ही टफ होगा. एंड गोइंग फॉरवर्ड जो और इश्यूज आते हैं डायसिस रेक्टल के, राइट, यूट्रस इनकॉम्पिटेंस होता है, यूरिन लीकेज हो जाती है, सेक्सुअल इंटरकॉर्स बहुत ज़्यादा पेनफुल हो जाता है. सो यू आर कॉन्स्टेंटली देन फॉलोइंग इनटू हिज विशियस साइकिल. So most important thing, to train your pelvic structure right. Number 2, like we've been emphasizing, right kind of food, supplements, take care of that, and right kind of hydration, right? And the third is resting well, giving time to yourself, listen to your body. If on the days your body is asking to slow down, just because हम सब कर सकते हैं वाला फीलिंग नहीं रखना है, some days listen to your body, it's very important. अगर आपका सिस्टम में डिफरेंट हार्मोन्स रिलीज होते हैं, अभी आप यू फीलिंग वेरी एनर्जेटिक इन योर सेकंड ट्राइमेस्टर, थर्ड ट्राइमेस्टर में आपकी बॉडी रिलैक्सिन हार्मोन रिलीज करती है, विच इज लाइक रिलैक्सिंग ऑल योर लिगामेंट्स एंड मसल्स, राइट? इट्स मेकिंग योर पेल्विक वेरी अनस्टेबल, इट्स प्रिपेयरिंग इट फॉर बर्थ. अगर उस टाइम आप ओवर स्ट्रेचिंग कर रहे हो, ओवर स्ट्रेन कर रहे हो, देन यू स्टार्ट फीलिंग फटीग, यू आर एग्जॉस्टिंग योरसेल्फ, एंड बाय द टाइम यू रीच योर लेबर कॉन्ट्रैक्शन फेज, यू आर वेरी एग्जॉस्टेड. राइट टाइम पे राइट चीजें करना, बॉडी को लिसन करना, रिस्पेक्टिंग इट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. सो दीज आर द 3 मेजर टिप्स आई वुड लाइक टू गिव.
And Now because my circle around me have had babies, now I feel the second pregnancy that happens is very ignored. The second में, because people assume तुम सब कर चुके हो, तुम्हें पता है, and the mothers also become reluctant, and at the same time with two under two ka, there's a whole thing happening. So they also become very reluctant, and also to manage the pregnancy with another child, you have to lift the child, you have to do. So do you want to give some tips around the second pregnancy and care around it, and give you a few new things that happened in the second pregnancy, or is it just similar to the first one?
See, no pregnancy is similar to the previous pregnancy. Even for the woman who's having the baby second time or third time, or for different women, it can be very, very different. Each pregnancy is different, even for the mother who's expecting the second time. Okay? Now, the two under two concept and all, अगर आप उस चीज को appreciate कर पा रहे, you have that kind of support system, you have that kind of financial strength and everything, go for it, right? But उसमें कुछ चीजें बहुत important है. If you had a C-section before, तो क्या आप फिर से your tissues have your scars have formed where tissues form हो चुके हैं, डॉक्टर से go ahead मुड़ चुका है, are you ready because you're already breastfeeding one child, you know, so it takes a toll on your health.
That how to manage the first baby with the second baby, जिससे एक छोटा सा concern होता है, they have to lift the child, and then feeding, for example, because I remember when I was feeding, I've had to be in a certain position, and back में problem होती थी and all of that. So these kind of things कैसे manage करें while you're pregnant with the second child?
So, see, lifting and all is not an issue with the second child. Like I said before also, कि अगर आपका physical adaptation towards the first one right now, आप उसी से डील कर रहे हो, आपका healing process slow है, आपने अपने आप को अच्छे से ट्रेन नहीं किया है, breastfeeding is becoming an issue, thinking of having another child, then you should think about it. Like you should give a second thought to it, right? If you're having a right kind of support system, some people are best, okay, that they can have the right kind of support system, they can hire helps, their husbands are more supportive, or maybe people around. You know, that time if you feel that everything is fine and you can bring the second one, yes, it is. Breastfeeding to see, jab tak aapka second baby nahi hota, the feeding cycles have to go on. Again, exercising important to strengthen your spine, to strengthen all the muscle, your shoulder exercises and everything. All those things have to be maintained. आपका right posture while feeding, putting the right pillow, right feeding pillows, lifting your legs up, sitting in a more relaxed and calm way will always help you. So all these things can be taken into consideration if you're planning to have a second child with the first one and you're still feeding. Again, eating the right nutritious meal. Otherwise, because of आपको you're already feeling, then you're already carrying a life inside, तो आपका nutrition सबसे ज़्यादा important हो जाता है.
Okay. And about pregnancy, then one thing that even I experienced, and something that a lot of people I don't know about or not, that there are these towards the third trimester, you have these pregnancy views that happen, and you kind of miss being pregnant, and you have this fear of, your child is coming out of your body and everything. Is that concept true? And have you seen some mothers going through it?
So see, ऐसे कुछ concepts हैं जो if I say कि are not universal, ये सबको ही feel होते हैं, but कुछ होते हैं, some mothers do feel it, especially ones who are really enjoying their pregnancy. Some people, कभी-कभी हम Instagram में भी देखते हैं, they're having the time of their life during pregnancy. They love to flaunt their baby bumps and all. So feeling that now it's the time, it's getting over, and soon my baby bump will, oh, that's natural. Some women have, I always talk about this, होता है nesting instincts. कि जैसे ही कुछ women को वो symptoms आते हैं that they are getting all hysterical, they're all over the place during the end of few weeks. तेरा भी मेरा ये भी नहीं हुआ, ये भी बच्चा है, बच्चे का भी ये भी बच्चा है, and another 2 weeks or so they go into labor. So this is called nesting instincts. So these are few things that I can say are very specific to some mothers. It is not something universal, or there are some studies around all these things.
All right. So after this, I want to move to the birthing and the postpartum. And postpartum is something that I really want to talk about. But just the last thing about pregnancy is, can you give a handbook to the partners and the families altogether to support the pregnant women in their house. A few things that they obviously have to be caring and do, but few things that you have to be very, very cautious about around her, mentally and physically, and something that will contribute to make the whole process easier for the women. So, what would you say?
See, I feel कि जनरल टिप्स तो कि उसके लिए प्रोसेस अच्छा बना दो, आई थिंक वो तो सभी लोग करते हैं, लेट्स बी ऑनेस्ट। उसके लिए प्रोसेस आप बाद में कैसा अच्छा बनाओगे पोस्टपार्टम के फेज में, बिकॉज द इंटायर देन एनर्जीज एंड एवरीथिंग इज पुट ऑन द चाइल्ड and she's been neglected and all this while she's been taken care of throughout. तो आई थिंक उन लोगों को वहाँ समझना बहुत ज़रूरी है। एंड ड्यूरिंग प्रेगनेंसी अपार्ट फ्रॉम मेकिंग इट बेटर, लाइक आई सेड, उसको आप वैसे ट्रीट मत करो कि उसके लिए सारे रिस्ट्रिक्शंस हो जाएं, राइट? कि 8 मंथ में आप ये नहीं कर सकते, इस मंथ में आप ये नहीं कर सकते। लेट हर फील दैट दिस इज अ वेरी नेचुरल एंड नॉर्मल फिनोमिना, बिकॉज आई हैव क्लाइंट्स जिनको इतने कभी कभी रिस्ट्रिक्शंस आते हैं एंड दे कीप वंडरिंग, इज दिस ट्रू, शुड वी डू दिस, शुड वी नॉट डू दिस, आर वी डूइंग समथिंग रॉन्ग, विल समथिंग हैपन टू द बेबी? So don't put her through all these unnecessary fears, these unwanted fears, right? कि वो कुछ भी करेगी, that will harm the baby. So आपको उसके इमोशनल नीड्स को, उसकी वल्नरेबिलिटी का फायदा नहीं उठाना है, बेसिकली उनको और इमोशनली उनके लिए अवेलेबल होना है। यू नो, वैलिडेट हर इन व्हाट शी इज डूइंग, इफ शी इज एंजॉयिंग डूइंग समथिंग ड्यूरिंग एंड पोस्ट प्रेगनेंसी, help her out, validate her that everything is fine, don't make her feel guilty about anything. I think सबसे बड़ा यही होता है। And for men, if I have to say, they come for my sessions. They're so diligent with making notes and everything. Just be a part with her because, like I say, nurses do their job and go. Parents अपना कुछ time के लिए होते हैं, but we together as husband and wife, we raise the child throughout. You know, जितनी भी हमारे पास issues आते हैं बच्चे के, whether teenager or growing up, it's just the two of us dealing with it. So, and even conception के time, it's the two of you having this thought and then culminating it into a pregnancy, right? So आप लोगों का टीम वर्क जब तक नहीं रहेगा, तब तक उसको वो सपोर्ट एंड नहीं मिलेगी, उसका वो फियर लोनलीनेस पूरे टाइम रहेगा। You know, so going with her for all the checkups, going with her for the scans, going with her for all these educational classes to get yourself involved, having the intention to be there with her, especially during the birthing phase, holding hand, being present throughout that phase, making her do it. It's a teamwork.
I mean, it's such a beautiful thing that you've said. I just want to add something to it. That it's a small thing to go to the appointments, take her to the doctor. But one of the most vivid memories that I have of my pregnancy is my husband going with me to appointments. I think it's a very basic thing, but a very important thing to kind of be with her because eventually you end up going to so many appointments that small support also makes so much difference. Or now I think even some hospitals allow you to be in the OT or labor even. I mean, that has been one of the most significant moments of us as a couple that, we could be together in that whole process. If nothing else, we can at least stand there and hold her hand. It's very important. So now, Swapnil, I want to know about childbirth. So I'll start with a very basic question that I'm sure you've been asked 100 times. Uh, C-sec versus natural birth. One, because I had a C-sec, and I feel a lot of mothers have this pressure that's being having a C-sec baby with failures. Can we talk about that? That because sometimes it's a given. It's like a doctor say that it can't happen anymore. Like I have friends who went to 20 hours of labor and then eventually had to get a C-sec. So can you just tell all the C-sec mother that it's not a fail?
So, मुझे ऐसी भाई हंसी आ रही है फेलियर वर्ड में। ऑफ कोर्स इट्स नॉट अ फेलियर एट ऑल, रादर इट इज a medical intervention. C-section is a surgical procedure to safeguard the health of the mother and the baby. Like you said, वो लोग 20 hours के लेबर में भी गए, कभी कभी लेबर प्रोग्रेस नहीं हो पाता and it becomes a big challenge. Fetal distress, heart rate distress में चला जाता है. Mother is unable to cope up. So at these time or otherwise, if there are any medical concerns, like I had preeclampsia, I did not have a choice of vaginal delivery. I had to have an elective C-section because I was getting blood thinners in my stomach last 2 months. And they had to stop those blood thinners 24 hours before. My kidneys were getting impacted. I had hypertension. So, and all these things, if I would keep wondering, अगर मैं normal delivery नहीं करूँ, तो will I be less of a woman? Or I do not have the strength. because I did not go through a vaginal delivery. Well, ये तो कुछ तो लोग कहेंगे, ये लोग का काम ठीक है ना, हमारी ये बात हो गई है. But it's not a failure. It's the most required surgical procedure. And lucky that the medical science is so advanced that at least पहले कितनी mortality rates होते थे. Mothers used to die while giving birth because they're losing a lot of blood and all. Rather C-section में आपके higher chances रहते हैं for blood clots, for this infection risk. The recovery process is so much late and at the same time painful. So I think whoever is going through it, you're already doing a fabulous job. I always say celebrate a woman irrespective of the mode of delivery, whether it's C-section or a normal.
Yeah, it's you're still meeting a person in such a significant moment of your life that it's unmatchable actually.
Of course.
So, when you talk about vaginal delivery, to be specific, there is, as you mentioned earlier, that there's a whole fear of pain that, I had a huge fear of pain, ki unbearable pain ho jayega, something will happen, and how will we manage? So, are there some suggestions that you can give to ease into it and kind of prepare mentally and physically for the if one gets to do a vaginal delivery? Because I think the whole fear of pain is a very big deal in that process.
See, since you constantly emphasized on fear, आपको वो उसी से एसोसिएट हो रहा है कि आपने अपने माइंडसेट में क्लियर बिठा लिया, राइट? एंड लाइक आई वुड से दैट फॉर एवरीथिंग, प्रेगनेंसी, डिलीवरी, all these phases, I say it's mind over matter. How psychologically you're training yourself, how you will perceive fear depends on how well you are doing your labor, right? So we call it trial of fever, how well it goes. आप अभी तक पेन फील भी नहीं कर रहे हो, बट जस्ट बिकॉज यू वर टोल्ड नाउ यू आर गोइंग इनटू लेबर, यू स्टार्ट एंटिसिपेटिंग मोर फियर. तो सबसे पहले तो हमें अपने माइंड को उसी तरीके से वी हैव टू मेक आवर माइंडसेट स्ट्रांग that this is a natural phenomenon that any woman sitting in any corner of the world, they are going through this. ठीक है, पहले हमारे मदर्स या उनसे जनरेशन पहले के पास चॉइसेस भी नहीं थी. Now that we should be very lucky, we should actually we are the fortunate ones that today we have all kind of information. Okay, we in my sessions we teach coping mechanism, the right kind of breathing practices, the change of positions, how to during those labor you should be informed about different stages of labor. कौन से स्टेजेस होते हैं, उसमें राइट काइंड ऑफ फूड क्या खाना है, पार्टनर सपोर्ट कैसे करता है, राइट? उसमें कैसे पोजीशंस एंड चीज़ों को आपको चेंज करके उस उन चीज़ों से ईज आउट होना है, बर्निंग बॉल प्रैक्टिसेस कैसी होती हैं. मतलब अब आपको अपनी कमजोरी अपनी ताकत बनानी चाहिए. So first of all, take out all the preconceived notions or any traumatic stories, birth stories that you've heard. It's your body. It's your mind. If you train it well, you can have your own story to tell, right? So it's all on you.
Wonderful. And so, when you just mentioned about the stages of labor that happens. So, can you tell me a little more about it? That in the last trimester, I think 39 weeks, 38 weeks, when you were kind of anticipating to go into the labor, how do you know, and how does it progress, and what are the different stages that one goes through?
So this may get a little technical. Okay, there will be a lot of medical jargons used right now. So there are a few things. एक तो आप लोगों का जो finger testing होता है, the doctors tell you through that how well your cervix, which is the opening of the vagina, the mouth, right? वो एक तो face होता है, उसकी length छोटी होती है and फिर dilate होता है. And when it is 0 to 10 centimeters dilated, these are all the stages. From 0 to 6, you are in early rape. From 6 to 8, जब तक dilation हो रहा है, you're at active labor, right? And 8 to 10 is your transition phase. And when you're 10 centimeters dilated, you start pushing the baby out. Okay? So for some women, especially in the first time mothers, their cervix dilation and effacement कभी-कभी बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं हो पाता, or it is unsuccessful. And then they go for induction. But second time mothers or third time mothers में this gets little better. So even after 38 weeks, 39 weeks, आपका natural labor नहीं आ पाता because in today's lifestyle we are mostly sitting, right? So our posture and all these things also decide how well the cervix will die. Like unlike in the villages, they are working and we sometimes pop the baby out like that only, right? So हमारा lifestyle सबसे ज़्यादा questionable हो जाता है. Then how well we are training our pelvic floor, the kind of exercises that we are doing. So all these things going forward tells us about how well we will deal with it. And at the same time, the right, like I say in my labor session also, that you should labor smarter, not harder. So having the right kind of information, having the right kind of birthing partner with you, and doing the right kind of things, all the coping mechanism during that phase helps you deal with it much, much better. And you will also realize that this is something to work with rather than to be fear about or to run away from.
All right. And so if you're lucky enough to have a partner who's going to stand with you through the labor, because you see a lot of men who are traumatized out of it, and then it becomes about them. So is there any tip that you can give the partner that will help them? Maybe some exercises that a husband can help wife do them during the birthing time, during that labor, that might help her in relaxing or something, or some tips or some kind of water or some things that we can tell the partners that they can also provide to the women in labor.
So that's how we prepare even in a labor classes. First of all, a man needs to understand unka role kya hai. Actually, like I say, I don't blame men. Generations down, उन्होंने बोला ये बस औरतों का काम. And even today, when I ask every time, every couple who comes to my session, मैं सबसे पहले उनसे ये question पूछती हूँ, why are you here? What are you expecting from these sessions? And most of the men say, इसलिए बोला था, that's why we are here. You're understanding? So I don't blame them because हमने all this while उनको अलग रखा and suddenly we are expecting them to do all of it. Be there and suddenly now it's the phase that we are pregnant. तो वो वाली चीजें पे pressure बनता है. First of all, giving them the right kind of information. Now, even if he seeks to be your birthing partner का role सबसे crucial and important role होता है. Because जैसे I told you different phases of stages of labor, right? Early phase में she can still manage. बट जो एक्टिव एंड ट्रांजिशन फेज होता है उसमें आपके हॉर्मोन्स डिप इतने डिफरेंट होते हैं दैट यू लूज द रैशनलाइजेशन. आप सोच भी नहीं पाती, और टोटली कंज्यूम बीइंग विद दैट इंटेंस वेव्स ऑफ द सर्जेस, द कॉन्ट्रैक्शंस. एंड उस टाइम अगर कुछ भी डिसीजंस लेने हैं मेडिकली, नर्सेज विल कम, योर बर्थिंग पार्टनर बिकम्स योर एडवोकेट. Throughout, your birthing partner is making you poke up. So the tips, right kind of massages that we teach, okay? The double hip squeeze massage, the back massages, making her do those exercises, penguin walks, usko hug karke, calm karna, comfort karna, holding her hands, making sure that she is not tensing up her body. Jaws एकदम tight नहीं है, shoulders tight नहीं है, clench नहीं है, fists. All these things, अगर आप यहाँ tension create कर रहे हो, मतलब your uterine muscles are tense. So they are impaired to function like they are supposed to. Then giving her water, hydrate रखो उसको, washroom breaks. Because अगर आपका bladder full है, आपका labor progress नहीं कर पाएगा. So there are a lot of tips for a birthing partner. Men can do a lot, right? We say if the birthing process is overwhelming for you, stand mostly towards the head side of the woman, holding her hand, calming her down, making her breathe, right? So that you don't have to see the VAR that freaks you out. And understand why these emotional surges happen, these strong emotional responses. At one point of time, she might want to even kill you. "Ye ab nahi ho raha," she wants to give up. But if you do it together, there are studies, there are researches. If you do it as a team together, the kind of respect and love that you find for each other after that, it is immense. It is immense. So it's always a teamwork. Having said that, I give you a small example. मेरे पास एक क्लाइंट थी, उसका राइट साइड पोलियो स्ट्रक थी वो. And when I started with her labor session, she was only crying constantly. And I asked, "Ki, what happened?" So she spoke about this and she said, "Everyone in my house has been discouraging me. तुझसे normal नहीं होगा. तू pain नहीं ले पाएगी." Okay? And so you have to emotionally deal with all these things. It's not her emotions. It's the emotions that everyone is throwing upon her, and she's already having to do this. She has a medical challenge and she's bringing it in a way कि वो मेरे को dissuade कर रहा है मेरे को normal pregnancy के. She took all these sessions. Her husband had made different color के sticky notes. One for the nurses, one for his family members, one for himself. This is code red if she goes from transition phase to the pushing phase. they had a successful vaginal delivery within 9 hours. So, this is how teamwork happens if you are there to support her, hand holding her, making her feel that she is not alone in this entire journey. आप साथ में हो and you can do it all.
That's so beautiful. That's so beautiful. So now when I come to the C-sec mm, delivery. So one is elected where you have an appointment, you go and you do it. That's a bit more simpler. The second one is you have elected but your water breaks. So how does these two work and how to prepare yourself for a C-sec? Is there because there's no exercises, not all of that happen. It's mostly once you come out of the OT that your body come to the senses. So, what are the basic preparations that you have to do if you have an elected CSAT?
See, basic prep is again uh, doing the right kind of exercises. The C-section में pre-birth challenging नहीं होता. You are not going through the surgery if it is elective. The emergency is an emergency. It's beyond your control, right? If you're choosing to go for a C-section, so the only thing is training your body well, right? So that the recovery period, which is the most challenging, because C-section is what? It is a major surgery, right? Your seven layers are being cut, uterus is being cut, fat muscles, everything, right? So recovery is very, very challenging. When you, after 24 hours, when you start working post C-section, it's literally you're learning how to take your first walk. So, people who say कि easy तरीका है, बिल्कुल भी नहीं है, okay? आप हम किसी भी और सर्जरी की बात करेंगे, इफ एट होम वी कम टू नो कि हमारे पेरेंट्स का नी सर्जरी हो रहा है या कोई भी सर्जरी है, वी आर सो स्कैर्ड, राइट? बिकॉज इट्स टर्म्ड एज सर्जरी. इसमें हम अपने बस मेंटल उसको समझा लेते हैं कि एक सर्जरी है, बेबी निकल आएगा, राइट? बट इट इज इक्वली द सेम काइंड ऑफ सर्जरी. इट रिक्वायर्स अ लॉट ऑफ रिकवरी पीरियड. इट रिक्वायर्स आपका बहुत ज्यादा अटेंशन. फिर डिपेंड्स हाउ वेल योर टिश्यूज आर रीजेनरेटिंग, आपकी इंटरनल हेल्थ कैसे वापस बिल्ड हो रही है. सी सेक्शन में आपके abdominal मसल्स को मैन्युअली सेपरेट करती है, सो टू bridge that gap again. So if you've been training well, if you're doing the right kind of exercises, your recovery becomes much better. It is less challenging, right? So that is the preparation. Eating the right food, not extra ghee, fats that may not help your sutures to heal better. So good kind of nutritious meal once again. Bursting all the myths. जो जरूरी नहीं है खाना वो नहीं करना है. Supplements, right kind of supplements. Then C-section scar massage. So the preparation is more towards post-delivery rather than the C-section. The right exercises training your core muscles is important before C-section.
All right. So, see, once you, I think, most cases in the hands of doctors, once you're going through the surgery, but once you come out of the OB, one of the experience that I had was the that you have to lay straight because the anesthesia is going into your spine, right? So, us time pe the pain and is there something that you can help to relieve the pain and second help with breastfeeding because the moment you come out of the OT, you're expected to feed the baby right now just lying down in a straight position. How do you manage or maybe prepare because if it's electric you know that that's good but that's what is going to happen. So how to support breastfeeding during this one first day of the delivery especially in terms of c-sec when you can't really move.
With all due respect to the hospital fraternity and staff and everyone, this is where I feel that हमारा pregnancy में तो हम अच्छे से prepare कर लेते हैं, but जो the first 2-3 days post delivery जो हम hospital में बिताते हैं, वहाँ का postpartum care कैसा हो रहा है, that is important. Now the nurses and the staff has to be trained well, which I feel here it is a big lacuna. Okay, uh, again, your birthing partner, your husband. We tell them in our sessions that the three things that you have to initiate post delivery is delayed cord clamping, right? Initiating breastfeeding within 1 hour of the delivery. So, in my case, also, though I had a C section, but I was pretty clear about this. And my husband, through the help of the nurses, helped me initiate the breastfeeding. So, the first milk or the second lactogenesis process that starts the milk regulation cycle started for me. So having the right support staff who will come every now and then to stimulate your breast Your birthing partner's role is again, to start this mutual regulation between the mother and the child and make sure that all these things post delivery is happening.
Okay. And just one last thing I want to know about C-section is that scar that happens. So they cut the layer initially. Initial time it's very scratchy, it's very itchy. You can feel it, but eventually it becomes very numb. So is there something? And obviously the skin loses out. Is there something that we can do to kind of help it? That get that irritation off and kind of help with the stitches.
See, I'll say it is a part and parcel of C-section. जो dryness होगी, itchiness होगी, numbness होगी, some pain associated जब तक वो inflammation है, it's healing for the first 6 weeks. Those things are pretty natural, right? But after that, see, numbness can stay for 2 years or so. बिकॉज़ सबका टिश्यू रीजेनरेशन कैसे वो डील कर रहे हैं, किस तरीके का खाना खा रहे हैं एंड ऑल दीज़ थिंग्स हाउ मच आर दे हेल्पिंग देमसेल्व्स टू हील बेटर, वो सारी चीज़ें बहुत मैटर करती हैं। लाइक आई सेड पोस्ट डिलीवरी आफ्टर सी सेक्शन का बहुत ज़्यादा इम्पोर्टेंस है, राइट? हाउ मच रेस्ट यू आर टेकिंग। अपार्ट फ्रॉम दैट मेंटेनिंग द स्कार हाइजीन, वॉशिंग इट। Once the doctor gives you a go ahead after C, that you can go ahead, those gentle massages, circular motion massages and all these things are important, right? जो full body massage होता है, after vaginal delivery, within 20 days or so, you can start full body massages, which we tell that it is highly recommended. And in C-section also, once you pass your 6 weeks, doctor has given you a bonnet, start with those gentle massages, right? Self-massage with 2 finger, like I said, and maintaining the hygiene. And at the same time, once the C-section scar is there, look out for the warning signs. If there is any pus, if there is any bleeding, happening around that area, if the itching is unbearable, pain around that area is unbearable. So, in all these things, these are warning signs. Then talk to your doctor about it.
All right. So the most crucial thing that I want to talk to you about is postpartum. So obviously, one thing that you already mentioned was the care at the hospital. Those 3 days 3 or 4 days that you were at the hospital. I think that's a make and break for a person because that's the first time that things are happening. So when it comes to postpartum, I want to start with the mother because the moment the baby is out and you come home, it's all about the baby, and everyone forgets that there's another person that has come. So, once you're at home, what are the things that are most essential for postpartum care that the family, husband, and the mother herself has to be cautious about physically, I'm saying, so that there are no further complications in recovery?
Okay. So, see, सबसे पहले तो again a gap in our society, right? Once a child is born, he or she is called for at least 8 to 9 checkups. And once a mother delivers, she is called for just one checkup. उसका इंटरनल चेकअप भी नहीं होता है, उसका बस ऊपर से स्कार्स देखते हैं डॉक्टर से, ओके 6 weeks are over, you can start exercising, you can have sexual intercourse, you can now resume your normal life. Okay, so that's the biggest lack in our system. First of all, going to a physiotherapist, getting all the internal checkup done. If you were, then again, walking, your Kegel exercises, your basic rehab exercises needs to start as soon as you get a go-ahead. The first 40 days, the best. Prioritize rest as much as you can. जहाँ से प्लेसेंटा डिटैच होता है वहाँ पे लिटरली एक फुटबॉल साइज वूंड हो जाता है. Now, if something you see through the naked eyes, like a plaster on your leg, will you do all the house chores and will you be up and about? No. The maximum that you would do is go for a washroom break or something and then you will be resting here. Now, this is not visible to your naked eyes. So, that doesn't mean that you are up and about and doing everything. So, your healing process, वो जो 40 days period पुराने ज़माने में बोलते थे, उन्होंने भले ही उसको बहुत ज़्यादा बना दिया हो कि एक रूम में रहना है, but the scientific reason behind this is that your scar needs to heal. Your immunity is right now low. Right now, if you were not bond well with your child, so when you're bonding, when you're breastfeeding, you're giving that time to your child, it is helping you release oxytocin, which is also a happy hormone. So, जो first 3 weeks of overwhelming होते हैं, emotional well-being इतनी taking care of नहीं होती है मदर की, वो ऑक्सीटोसिन हार्मोन अगर आप रिलीज कराओगे, बॉन्ड कराओगे, it will help you calm you down to release those पोस्टमार्टम ब्लूज जिसको कहते हैं, सो दैट उसके बाद फैमिली में ऑफ कोर्स जितना केयर आपने प्रेगनेंसी के टाइम लिए वो इक्वल केयर शी नीड्स पोस्ट प्रेगनेंसी, right? So I know everyone is excited baby के लिए. वो baby, when the baby is happy, everyone takes the baby. Once the baby is crying, they're constantly giving it to her. तो अब आप सोचो आपके पास constantly रोता हुआ baby आ रहा है, आप कैसे उसके साथ bond करो? और ये भूखा है. Every time they give you the baby with some kind of advice or some kind of blame.
Absolutely.
So हमें यही करना है कि एक तो हमें validate करना है whatever you're doing your best. ओके उसके लिए एडिक्वेट टाइम ऑफ रेस्ट के लिए टाइम निकालना है, एडिक्वेट अमाउंट ऑफ रेस्ट का टाइम निकालना है. फीड हर वे. इफ शी इज बिजी फीडिंग द बेबी, मेक श्योर हर स्नैक्स, हर फूड, शी हैज प्लेंटी टू ईट, शी इज एबल टू हाइड्रेट हरसेल्फ. मेक टाइम आउट फॉर हरसेल्फ इन अ वे दैट अगर इफ शी वांट्स टू एंजॉय अ कप ऑफ कॉफी आल्सो इन द बालकनी, वो उसको टाइम. अगर बहुत सारे विजिटर्स हैं, डोंट बर्डन हर विद ऑल दोस विजिटर्स. सो वी टेल इन ऑल दीज in our postpartum session, you know, to the husband, be a bridge between the other family members or visitors and work. Because उसमें क्या होता है कि everyone is excited, कोई दादा बना है, कोई नाना बना है, कोई कुछ बना है, and everyone starts becoming a part. And then respect her. Respect her that if she's seeking for some help, if she seeks for some medical attention, if she is feeling overwhelmed, if she's emotionally not there, she's unable to bond with the child, help her communicate, give her that free space that she's able to communicate without being judged, right? So all those things, basic things are very important, and I think that's what we as women know about, like we want to have.
That's so beautiful. I mean, I love that answer. And now I'm wishing I wish somebody told us before I gave birth. I wish this was communicated. I mean, it's so essential for families to know. And these are things that you have to keep a note and makes or break everything for a pregnant person. So, two more things that I just want to quickly cover with you is one, feeding. So there is one thing that I experienced was I want to highlight a little bit about cluster feeding that happens and by taking care of yourself during postpartum and taking care of your body and resting, how do you manage cluster or knuckle breastfeeding and ways to support that breastfeeding in terms of postures or if you have a flat nipple or something like that. So I just want to give a basic guidance around breastfeeding while taking care of yourself.
See, once again, the more you know, the less you fear, is what I always say. Having the right kind of information, seeking these classes help you step through this feeding journey more confidently, because at least you know the do's and don'ts, right? You're not falling for the myths. You are not falling for the people pointing fingers at you that you're not producing enough, इसलिए बच्चा रो रहा है. Okay? So when you're talking about the cluster feeding phase, it's a natural phenomenon. सारे mammals के बच्चे 12 महीने तक रहते हैं. If you've seen once cow gives birth, the calf starts walking. That is why our child, our baby comes out in 9 months old. इसलिए हम उसको 4th trimester बोलते हैं. करेक्ट. अब क्योंकि उस बच्चे को वो अभी भी रेडी नहीं था बाहर आने के लिए कुदरती, तो उसको हमें वो बाहर बूम एनवायरनमेंट बेसिकली देना है. Now I tell you, like I said, trusting your body matters so much क्योंकि naturally हम लोग इतना ज़्यादा capable हैं. जो हमारा फ्लैट निपल जो आपने बोला, so we don't feed through nipples. Flat nipple is not a issue at all. So around the nipple is the brown part areola. The baby, all the milk ducts are there and above. So the baby has to take mouthful of areola to establish a good latch and have an effective removal of milk. Correct? अब वो कैसे एरियोला में भी छोटे छोटे ग्लैंड्स होते हैं जिसमें से एक लिक्विड सिक्रीट होता है विच हैज द सेम स्मेल ऑफ amniotic fluid. So it is helping to bring the baby and latch, right? So cluster feeding एक phase है जिसमें क्या होता है कि every time child wants more milk in less amount of time. तो आपने 10 minutes के लिए पिलाया, रखा, baby wants to be on the breast again. It's because this liquid smell is calming the baby down. The baby still feels, has been listening to your heart. वो जो आपका rocking motion होता है वो सारा, so we are mammals, they want to be on the mammary glands. सो वो क्लस्टर फीडिंग फेज एक सूदिंग फेज होता है. Suckling is a self-soothing activity for a child. So the more skin to skin you practice in those first few days, 20, 25 days, the cluster feeding phase starts coming down and baby starts feeling more secure. So I always tell the mothers it is challenging, but the more we practice into skin, keeping baby here more, this phase will go down better and your child will establish breastfeeding better. So instead of thinking कि ये कुछ है, आप ये सोचो एक natural phenomena है, पास हो जाएगा, ये भी 20 दिन का चैलेंज है. If you do it well, practice kid to skin, it will all get better.
Okay. And Doc, Swapna, I just want to ask you last thing about one thing that I think a lot of people don't talk about, and something that women on a very large scale face it is postpartum depression. The kind of dip that you see in your mental health that happens, because what happens is, chalo, 40 days care still happens, but PPD doesn't go away in 40 days, right? So, and it becomes very difficult for the people around also to even understand and address it. And you, as a person suffering from it, also become reluctant to kind of communicate. So, can you tell me a little about managing it and a little more awareness around postpartum and how real it is?
So see, it's absolutely real. Right. Now, postpartum blues is something that every woman will go through because of the dips in the body. Okay. Uh, First 2, 3 weeks, even the cluster feeding phase makes it more challenging for a woman. She's right now in a period where she's healing, recovery, figuring out things. I say, आप एक औरत से माँ बने हो, तो एक एम्ब्रियो भी उससे बच्चा बना है. That child is also learning how to adjust, and you as a mother is also learning. So I call it mutual regulation, जो तुम दोनों के बीच हो रही है, या हम दोनों, हमारे बच्चे और हमारे बीच होते हैं. Now this phase you need to understand that any woman will have to go through this, whether she's trained herself well, she's done a lot of yoga, even a yoga instructor will go. So it is those early days, oh goga. And it is very much true, it's not a myth. Again, the right kind of support system around you who's helping to ease you out through these phases, who's telling you that this is normal, it is just a phase, who's listening to you, who's emotionally validating your things, right? Who's not constantly blaming you. अब मैं एक छोटा सा एग्जाम्पल दूंगी. One of my client, she had a best friend's wedding 2 months after she delivered. So she was constantly under stress at how much stash should I keep in the fridge pumping if I have to go and everything. So we were just guiding her. She was exclusively breastfeeding, and I just constantly told her, believe in yourself, ho jayega. Now, even when she was going for a wedding and she thought ki kuch kam pad jayega milk, her husband used to come with the child so she could feed there, and he would take back the child uh, earlier than she could come back. She was asked to enjoy the wedding, relax. He took all this thing. He got the child back to maintain her routine, sleeping cycles, and everything. So, that kind of support system. So, it is ये बहुत ज़रूरी बेसिकली. तो जो हम लोगों के फियर्स होते हैं ना कॉन्स्टेंटली, जो हम अपने आप को बार बार ब्लेम करते हैं, अगर कोई उसको वैलिडेट करेगा तो हम वही सोचने लगते हैं. बट कोई हमारे फियर्स को रैशनलाइज तरीके से हमारे साथ मैनेज करवाएगा, देन वी नो कि दीज आर जस्ट फियर्स, ये हमारी सोच है कि वी आर ओवर थिंक. राइट नाउ एट द सेम टाइम सम women, they do not realize that out of these postpartum blues, there are 10 to 20% of women who go through postpartum depression as per the studies. Now, for them, again, we tell them in the postpartum session that if there is any change in a behavioral pattern, if there is passive aggressive mood swings, right? The mother is unable to bond with the child, she's been trying hard. So, all these things, if you notice, communicate, seek out for medical help if need be. And I always give them this disclaimer that this is not to demean you, this is not to question your emotional health. This is to tell you कि अगर हम इन चीज़ों को address करेंगे, you live a more productive, healthier and happier version of you. So it's जो बोलते हैं ना कि एक village raises a child, वो है. अगर आपके पास वो right support system है, आप अपने आप को time दे रहे हो, आपने अपने आप को वेल काइंड ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशन से नरिश किया है, you're eating well, you're resting well, you're prioritizing bonding with your child, things will only ease up.
And there is so much body that can talk to you about. The list can go on and on, but this was so informative, and I mean, it feels so personal. It's like I went through the whole phase of what it was, and there's so many things I wish I had, and I hope this helps so many other women to kind of feel more at ease, feel more informed and prepared to this beautiful journey. And thank you so much for the contribution that you are making in the lives of these women. And I think platforms like yours are the make and break, and they're so important for all of us. So thank you so much for your time, and it was a wonderful conversation.
Thank you. Thank you.